In the virtual world, the deep web is the unregulated side of the internet, and impossible to encounter without the help of a third-party browser known as Tor. The deep web, often called the dark web, is filled to the brim with illicit activity, including the sale of narcotics, weapons, and child pornography. There, coders, hackers, and digital rogues make a living offering bizarre business deals and tracking unknowing visitors. These are 7 true stories and websites found on the deep web. One popular game on the dark web is that of real-life scavenger hunts, where a user can find a site designating random places as holding cues to a mysterious next location. While some cases have been relatively harmless, one instance involved a man touring from building to building in Philadelphia until he encountered an alley of cats whose heads had been torn off. Still having one location to travel to in order to win the game, the user stopped at the site and returned home, too frightened to see what else awaited him. At home, waiting on his computer, was an email that only read the words, "You tried." The user never visited the website again. One dark website functions as a meetup and trading post for cannibals. There, buyers and sellers barter and trade for pieces of skin, muscle, blood, and bone. The community reportedly receives a ton of traffic on a daily basis, and as cannibalism is still illegal, implicates many more Americans in cannibalism than previously estimated by the FBI. Even more frightening is an unrelated site which informs users how to cook live women and prepare them for dinner. The site gives explicit detail in the shape body parts should be cut into, as well as how long they should be prepared for. While it's possible the site could function as a joke, authorities who found the site were disturbed to see that some of the details match the same preparation methods of known serial killers, meaning that at least some research had been done. The creator of the site, as far as we know, has never been captured or charged with any wrongdoing. A Reddit user once described their experience on the deep web with this terrifying anecdote. After discovering a web page that was seemingly composed of random thoughts from a group of random people, the user attempted to track down the IP addresses in which the thoughts came from. After doing some searching, the user discovered a web server containing an enormous amount of HTML and TIFF files. The files seemed to be that of a psychologist, as the images were medical documents and scans of hard copy files. As the user continued to investigate the medical documents trying to make sense of the terrifying babbling of the records, they noticed that at the top of the directory a new HTML file had appeared. It was named hellothere.html and held a timestamp that informed the user it had been created just moments ago. When the user investigated the link, it took them to a nearly blank web page with the words "We see you" typed at the top. Stunned and terrified, the user watched as the server for the entire directory dropped, and they were never able to find the site again. In another haunting case of deep web exploration gone wrong, a user was scrolling through the deep web and discovered a web page seemingly devoted to someone's pet pig. However, as they continued to navigate through the supposedly harmless site, they noticed the homepage had suddenly created a new hyperlink titled "Pictures of Casey." Intrigued, as he did not notice the link upon first visiting, the user clicked the link and was taken to a new unformatted page that displayed 7 photos of the user's girlfriend. Shocked, the user returned to the homepage where he found 2 new hyperlinks, one titled "Click First" and the other titled "Click Second." Following instructions, he clicked "Click First" and was taken to another unformatted webpage with a sentence written in the font of Wingdings. He quickly put the sentence through a Word document and reformatted the symbols to find a haunting sentence that read, "A very pretty girl who would feel very pretty." The user returned to the homepage and clicked the "Click Second" link. He was taken to a page that read, "Your computer is sharing information you want to keep. Leave my pig page now." The user closed the site and did not get on his computer for 2 days. In one of the few snuff films to seemingly be authenticated, a user stumbled across the horrifically graphic video of a small, deformed child being pulled apart after having been tied to 2 horses that ran in opposite directions. Snuff films, or films that document actual real-life killings, are extremely rare, to the point that some authorities deny their existence. However, some cases, such as the one reported above, seem authentic in the eyes of other officials. The site hosting the video was quickly taken down and the video was never recovered, nor were the people who made the video ever apprehended, though the footage was believed to have been taken somewhere in South America. some deep web adventures go beyond the use of a personal computer. After doing some browsing hoping to purchase some high-quality drugs from a known vendor, a user found that his phone would ring the entire time he was on the deep web. But every time he answered the phone, he was met with silence. Finally, in the last phone call that he answered, he could make out some unintelligible whispering. When he pressed for questions, he was met with shrieking laughter on the other end. The man hung up the phone and quickly closed the site. He claimed that he would have contacted police, but wouldn't have a story for why he was on the deep web in the first place. The deep web is also home to a number of sites dedicated to bringing back the Ku Klux Klan to its former Civil War-era glory. Numerous sites depicting the after effects of graphic mutilations and decapitations of black men litter the dark web in hopes to invite new members. It also hosts bizarre sites that work to account for the deaths of individuals who died on cruise ships, in obscure medical experiments, and also bridge jumpers around the world. It is rare to find the identity of the people who create such sites, but police and the FBI regularly stroll the dark web in an effort to find those conducting illegal activities. The dark web, while a source of plenty of harmless discussions, services, and websites, is still the leading host of child pornography sites, and browsers should be warned that they might accidentally encounter these images and videos if they are not careful. While we at Top Trending will neither endorse nor condemn your adventures on the dark web, we do hope that if you go browsing, you'll return to us with some spooky stories of your own.